Alrighty, y'all. We got all of our little strips cut there. And we've got our oven set to 350. And it is preheating. Now what I'm going to do is with the other half of these squashes got pretty thin skin on them. So what I do is just take the regular old tater peeler, vegetable peeler, whatever you want to call it, and just run it across like that. And so you take that skin right off like that. So we're going to skin this other part over here. I could use a knife for this, I guess, but I would be worried that I would lose too much of the flesh by cutting too big of chunks out on the knife. Alright, so we've got the skin off of it. Now we're just going to take our knife, cut it in half. It's a little slickery now. Yeah, it is a little tough. Here we go. Now we've got it open. Cut this end of it off here. Any type of little bad spots that you see, just like on a potato or any other kind of vegetable, just cut it right off. Now I'm going to cut it this way. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to cut it into chunks that are about an inch and a half wide. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Cut them into chunks, just like that. These chunks are going to go into the canner, and they're going to go into quart jars. We're going to put some water in there and some other spices and seasonings, and we're going to can them up. But we'll get to that later. Today's video is going to be mainly on making a treat out of this other part of it. So let me get the rest of this done, and I'll get right back with you. Alrighty, y'all. Now we're going to take the rest of the stuff that we had left from the other half, and we've got it all cubed up. We're going to start putting it into our quart jars and see how many we get. And I'm going to can these up raw. Some might boil them or roast them before you can them. I am not going to. I don't want them to turn into mush before I can them, because it's really hard to can mushy stuff like this refried beans or pumpkin pie mix or squash pie mix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to can them raw like this here. And then whenever I'm getting ready to pull them out and use them, I can pull them out and make like a sweet potato casserole out of the squash type stuff, or make a pie or something like that with it. I'll just pull it out. It'll already be cooked. It'll already be good and mushy. I'll just pull it out and smash it down and make it from there. As much as I can in each quart jar. I don't reckon it'd be any different than, you know, canning up yellow squash or zucchinis or any of that kind of stuff. So, and it looks like we're going to get 6 quart jars. So let me get them all filled up and I'll show you the next step. Guess I better show y'all what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to mash down as much as I can into the jar. Fill up as much space as I can with the squash. Now once I get all the squash in the jars here, I'm going to add water, just water into here I think, and can them up in just water. Then I can, whenever I pull them out and start mashing them, I can add whatever it is that I'm going to add to them for flavoring. It may just be some butter, salt and pepper if we're going to use them as a side dish. Or it may be some butter, sugar, and cinnamon if we're going to, you know, make a pie or a sweet casserole or something like that out of it. Trying to get some of that air out of there that I can. But you're going to have some because it's chunks and it's raw. It's not real mushy. So I am going to fill them up to about right there with water. Because there is going to be some juice in these. So I'm going to fill them up to, you see right there, just a little over where the neck of the jar starts turning. And that's all I'm going to put in, y'all, just some water. I'll season them up whenever we get them out to use them. So wipe off your rings and your lids. And this is how I do it. I know there's a lot of people that do canning differently. They'll soak their lids in hot water and that kind of stuff. I don't. I put my lid on and I throw it in the pressure canner, and I'll get all these done the same way, and I'll put them in the pressure canner. 10 pounds for I don't know if I'll go a full 90 minutes. I may go 75 minutes, but either way it'll be pressure canned at 10 pounds for at least 75 minutes. So there you go, y'all. I'll catch up with you here whenever we pull this stuff out of the oven. Buzz, buzz, the end.